Picture a person who works 14 hours a day, reads dozens of self-development books, sets goals, plans every minute, fights with himself and the world. And what's the result? He's exhausted, unhappy, and further from his dreams than he was 5 years ago. You know what's strangest? There are people who live completely differently. They're calm, confident. They move toward success easily and naturally. Their secret? They know what modern society has forgotten. They've learned not to try. 2,500 years ago, the Chinese sage Lao Tzu wrote, "Those who stand on tiptoes cannot stand firm. Those who take long strides cannot walk far." Tao Te Ching, chapter 24. And 14 centuries ago, this wisdom was passed down. Tie your camel, then trust in Allah. Narrated in Jamia Tirmidhi. Two different eras, two different cultures, but one revolutionary truth. Today I'll show you how ancient wisdom can completely transform your life, how to stop fighting reality and start using its power. This isn't theory. This is practice that has worked for thousands of years. Ready? Let's start with the main question. Why do we get so tired of life? The answer is simple. We try to control what's beyond control. We swim against the current. We fight the natural order of things. Imagine a river, a powerful rushing river. You can swim against the current, spending enormous energy and advancing inches, or you can trust the current and let it carry you to your destination. Which way is more effective? Lao Tzu said, "The 5 colors blind the human eye, the 5 sounds deafen the human ear, the 5 tastes spoil the human mouth." Tao Te Ching, chapter 12. What does this mean? When we try to categorize everything, control everything, improve everything, we lose the essence. We create artificial constructs that distance us from reality. And the Quran says, "Perhaps you dislike something that is good for you, and perhaps you like something that is bad for you. Allah knows, and you do not know." Quran 2:16. See the connection? Our limited understanding prevents us from seeing the true picture. Taoists call this losing connection with the Tao, the natural order of things. Muslims speak of forgetting that Allah knows best what we need. The modern world teaches us the opposite. Control, plan, force, achieve at any cost. But look at the result. Depression is at its peak. Anxiety has become normal. People who are outwardly successful feel empty inside. Something's not right here, is it? Let me show you 3 examples. 3 ways we complicate our lives by forgetting ancient wisdom. First example, we try to save the world. Alan Watts, a researcher of Taoism, said something remarkable. The greatest disturbers of peace in society are those who want to save everyone. In Zhuangzi, there's a story about Yan Hui, who wanted to go to the kingdom of Wei to reform a bad ruler. Confucius warned him, "Attempts to impose your wisdom on someone who isn't ready to accept it only demonstrate your own pride." Lao Tzu warned, "Those who would rule the world and act upon it, I see that they cannot succeed. The world is a sacred vessel, one cannot act upon it." Tao Te Ching, chapter 29. And also, those who display themselves are not bright. Those who promote themselves are not distinguished. Those who praise themselves have no merit. Tao Te Ching, chapter 24. Now let's look at Islam. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, never imposed faith by force. He conquered hearts through personal example. The Quran clearly states, "There is no compulsion in religion. Right guidance has become distinct from error." Quran 2:256. Ibn Abi ad-Dunya wrote, "Whoever corrects his inner state, Allah will correct his outer state. Whoever corrects what is between him and Allah, Allah will take care of what is between him and people. Whoever takes care of his afterlife affairs, Allah will take care of his worldly affairs. See the parallel? Start with yourself. Fix your relationship with the higher order, and the world around you will change by itself. There's a wise observation. We often want to change the whole world, but we're not ready to change ourselves. Meanwhile, true change always begins from within. When we change ourselves, we influence our family. Family influences community. Community influences society. This is how real changes are created. Prophet Noah, peace be upon him, called people to truth for 950 years. Only a few believed. But he wasn't a failure. He fulfilled his task. The result was not in his hands. Second example, we chase happiness. The paradox of modernity. The more we strive for happiness, the further it gets from us. We think, I'll be happy when I earn $1 million, when I find love, when I become famous. But this doesn't work. Taoists understood this truth. The more we chase the external, the further we get from inner peace. And Islam teaches, know that the life of this world is only play and amusement, pomp and mutual boasting among you, and rivalry in respect of wealth and children. Quran 57:20. The Prophet warned, if the son of Adam had a valley of gold, he would wish to have a second one, and nothing will fill his mouth except dust. Bukhari Muslim. See the paradox? The more we get, the more we want. It's an endless race with no finish line. But there's a way out. It's narrated that Prophet Muhammad said, wealth is not in having many possessions, but wealth is in contentment of the soul. Bukhari, Muslim. When we're content with what we have, we find peace. We stop chasing mirages. Happiness isn't what we get, it's who we become. Third example, we try to be someone else. In Zhuangzi, there's a story about envy. The centipede envies the snake for moving without legs. The snake envies the wind for its ability to travel great distances without a body. But the wind says, a single finger is enough to stop me. Everyone is born with unique qualities, but we forget this. Fair-skinned people want to tan. Asians want to look European. Brunettes dye their hair blonde. Lao Tzu taught, when everyone in the world knows beauty is beauty, ugliness appears. When everyone knows good is good, evil appears. Tao Te Ching, Chapter 2. And the Quran says, we created man in the best form. Quran 95.4. You're not a mistake. You're not an accident. Something unique is embedded in you. Why not accept yourself as you were created? So what's the solution? Taoists call it Wu Wei, action without forcing. Islam speaks of Tawakkul, trust in Allah. Both principles free us from the endless struggle with life. But this isn't passivity. This is the highest form of activity. Imagine an Aikido master. He doesn't resist the opponent's force. He redirects it, uses it against the opponent himself. Minimum effort, maximum effectiveness. Or imagine water. It's soft, yielding, but over time it wears down the hardest stone. Lao Tzu wrote, the weak overcomes the strong, the soft overcomes the hard. Tao Te Ching, Chapter 36. And the Quran says, whoever trusts in Allah, then he is sufficient for him. Quran 65:3. The meaning is simple. Do what you must. Make effort, but don't attach yourself to the result. First action, then trust in the higher order. This frees you from anxiety about the future. You know you've done everything possible. The rest is not in your hands. How to apply this practically? First principle, balance. Avoid extremes. Don't exhaust yourself with excessive effort. Don't fall into inaction. Islam is a religion of moderation. It's narrated that the Prophet said, "The most beloved deeds to Allah are those done consistently, even if they are small." Bukhari, Muslim. Second principle, acceptance. Stop fighting what has already happened. Accept the present moment as it is. This doesn't mean passivity. This means acting from a state of peace, not from a state of resistance. Third principle, trust. Trust the process. Trust that life is leading you where you need to be. Allah promised, "Indeed, with hardship comes ease." Quran 94:6. Lao Tzu taught, "In learning, day by day something is added. In following the Tao, day by day something is subtracted." Tao Te Ching, chapter 48. Instead of adding knowledge, let go of the unnecessary. Instead of complicating, simplify. In a state of inner silence, you open yourself to true wisdom. You feel connection with something greater than yourself. And then a miracle happens. You gain what you've been searching for your whole life: inner peace. Not from achievements, not from possessions, simply from being who you are. It's narrated that the Prophet said, "Amazing is the affair of the believer. All his affairs are good for him. If joy befalls him, he gives thanks, and this is good for him. If hardship befalls him, he is patient, and this too is good for him." Muslim. And Lao Tzu taught, "The Tao constantly practices non-action, yet there is nothing it does not do." Tao Te Ching, chapter 37. This isn't a contradiction. This is the highest form of efficiency. When you act from a state of peace, you act wisely. When you act from a state of struggle, you act blindly. The choice is yours. You can continue fighting life, exhausting yourself chasing illusions, spending precious time on what doesn't bring true satisfaction, or you can choose a different path, the path of the wise, the path of those who understood the secret of the ages. Right now, stop, feel this moment, let go of the desire to control something. If you're a Muslim, remember tawakkul, make dua and trust in Allah. If you're seeking a spiritual path, feel the connection with the natural order of things. Stop swimming against the current. Let life carry you to your destiny. Try for at least one day, 1 hour, 1 minute to live without resistance. Stop trying to be happy. Just be. Stop trying to save the world. Save yourself. Stop trying to be someone else. Become who you were created to be, and see what happens. Ancient wisdom says, when we stop resisting life, it begins to work for us. This isn't theory. This is how true harmony is achieved. People who live by these principles have a special quality. They're calm in chaos, confident in uncertainty, happy without reason. They know the secret. Now you know it too. What will you do with this knowledge? If this video changed your view of life, like it. Subscribe to the channel. Share it with those who need this wisdom. But most importantly, apply these principles. Because wisdom without action is just information, and action without wisdom is just bustle. Find your path. The path of non-doing. The path of trust. The path of harmony with the higher order. Stop trying to change the world. Instead, let the world change you. Your life will never be the same.